Well, good morning, everyone. Me and Opal are headed to the vet this morning. Got her being a good girl back there. So, we're in the car. It's cheaper on gas. Anyway, uh, we're getting some very much needed rain today. It's been raining for about an hour now. And it's just a good, slow rain. Soak in, get grass growing for the cows, and well, I'm sure some farmers are happy about this morning. Plus a relief in the temperatures. But if the weather people are correct, it's going to get hot next week. But that's next week. Today it's nice. Actually, got to reach over here and turn the air conditioner down, up or whatever. Well, I'm turning the fan down. That's it. Slowing it down. Anyway, yep. Take Opal for a follow-up. Okay, well, I haven't put out a video in a couple days just because I've just been so tired when I get home. I'm just doing my chores and, getting through the day. I had a little sinus issue this week. But I don't know, feel pretty good today, but I slept pretty good last night. So, I had something that I was going to talk about this morning. I have forgotten completely what it is. Just cannot remember. I know that things are crazy. See a lot of crazy things that I don't think we're hearing. I don't know. I don't watch any kind of news programs because, first of all, it just ends up making me mad, and it's so biased, that I'm not sure that I'm getting the truth. Even when they are telling me the truth, I'm just never sure about it. I'm never sure about anything. Okay, I got something. Yeah. This movie that's out called Sound of Freedom. And if you haven't heard about it by now, I don't know, you must pay less attention than I did. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to say some things about it. Basically, it's a movie about a man named Tim Ballard that was running an organization called Operation Underground Railroad. And I've heard about him for years. I've learned some things about this movie. Now, first of all, let me tell you this before I tell you this other stuff. This other stuff's a little derogatory. I think it's great that this movie's out and bringing some awareness to human trafficking. Because I know that myself, I didn't think it was too big a deal for a long time. And then, I don't know, it's just how long ago, but it's been quite a while ago now that I started hearing more about it and, seeing different things. It's real and happening. It's horrible. I know that Joplin, Missouri, which is about, let's just say an hour from where I live, there's a lot of missing people, especially women. And it comes in I don't know how to phrase it, but it comes in clusters. I guess that's it. It's just, you won't hear about anything for a while, and then all of a sudden there's, a few people that just come up missing. And I know that some of this can be attributed to the drug issue that's all over the country. But I wonder, some of these people that they just can't find any trace of, if that's not what's happened to them. But anyway, I think that it's good that this movie is bringing awareness to this kind of thing. But there seems to be some issues around it. Doug and Stacy's the one that brought some of these issues up. It's got me thinking about it. So he's got a couple videos on it you might want to go check out. Doug and Stacy off grid with Doug and Stacy. Yeah. I'm not sure I agree 100% with him, but he says, just like I always say, go do your own research, do your own homework. Prove us wrong, prove us right. I don't care. And hopefully I'm talking to some people that this is news to. So there's some issues, first of all, with the financing of it. The Clinton Foundation's involved, which is always a huge red flag for me. Is like, whoa, wait a minute, let's think about this for a while. And then there's a fellow that I just heard of in Doug and Stacy's video. His name's Carlos Slim. I believe he's a Mexican. He's from Mexico. But his family has invested heavily in it. And when I first read this, or watched Doug and Stacy's video, Doug said it was Carlos Slim that financed it. I went and done a little research. It was his family. Which, sometimes, and this was my initial thought on that, sometimes a family of a criminal will do charitable things trying to atone for what the family member did. But in his second video, Doug showed some other stuff that, yeah, the family's no better than what Carlos Slim is. Apparently he's a drug dealer, or he's accused of being involved in the drug trade, the illegal drug trade. I don't want to get myself in trouble there. He's also being accused of human trafficking himself, participating in it. So, if that is true, then, that is another red flag. Of course, we've seen it. People will do good things to take the focus off the bad things they've done. I mean, some of them old criminals, old gangsters back in the 30s, 40s and such, a lot of them in their own neighborhoods were nice guys, were good guys, because they helped out. They helped out their neighborhood people. And, looked out for them. So, take it, like I said, go do the research. Mel Gibson's involved. We know that Mel Gibson has an alcohol problem and has said some things when he was drunk he shouldn't have said. But, And Doug talks a lot about the timing of this movie. Oh, no, before I get to that, Tim Ballard, the guy the movie's about, basically, I don't know. I don't know. Y'all may know that I follow Glenn Beck a little bit, and Glenn Beck had him on his show. You know, I've heard him on there a few times, and made him out to seem to be a decent guy. And honestly, I don't think he's that bad of a guy. Now, he's been accused of, padding his numbers. There's people saying that he never went on any of these. Operation Underground Railroad, never participated in any raids. I don't know. I really don't. And also, it was brought up by Doug, Doug and Stacy off grid with Doug and Stacy. I get that right. That there was an investigation in Utah, which I think is where it's based, in a county, and the investigation really didn't go anywhere. Now, Doug's got some information that I can't quote right now because I can't remember it. So go check it out, and he's got his opinion. Doug's opinion is this is a distraction from something else, and it very well could be. I mean, thinking about all the people that are involved in the financing of it, and like I said, it could be those people, the Clinton Foundation, Carlos Slim's family. It could be just a smokescreen for them. It's look, now we can't be, we're not involved in that stuff. Look, we're fighting against it. We financed this movie. And it may be as simple as that. But I don't know. I'd still kind of like to see the movie myself. I may never see it because they're phasing out DVDs, and it'll probably never go to DVD. Well, maybe it'll show up on HBO or something, but I doubt it. There's just a lot of chatter about this movie out there. I see people that, man, I loved it. It's a great movie. I'm pissed off because this is happening in our country today. There's people that just, and then you hear stories and you don't know what's true, where theaters are showing the movie, but they're raising the temperature up in the theaters where it's uncomfortable to sit there and watch, messing with lighting, and I mean, it's all out there. And of course, it's not getting much good publicity on the mainstream media, so you take all of that for whatever it's worth to you. I'd still kind of like to see the movie. Tim Ballard has resigned from Operation Underground Railroad and gone to work for Glenn Beck's Nazarene Fund. So, I don't know the whole story about that. I remember Glenn Beck announcing that he was going to work for the Nazarene Fund, but I don't remember them saying he had left Operation Underground Railroad. So there's that. Take that for what you will. I don't know why he left. Maybe he thought that he was bringing too much bad publicity to the company. I don't know. And the one thing you do have to keep in mind, I don't know if it's a non-profit or a not-for-profit organization, which There's a distinction there. Non-profit means you make zero profit. You know, you cannot make a profit legally. All the donations you get have to be used for the charity. Now, we all know there's people who plays games with that, and a lot of that money, depending on the organization, there's a lot of good organizations. I'm not saying it's everyone, but you know, the executives, you know, tend to make most of that money, and fancy offices, and you know. And a not-for-profit means that you can make a profit. You can have money left over at the end of the year. Now, I'm sure it's a little more involved in that, but there's your basic definition of it too. But still yet, my point is these organizations, whether they be non-profit or not-for-profit, they are a business. You know, the people running them need to justify their salaries, so, you know, they have to bring in money. Bottom line. Bottom line is the most important part anywhere. So, there's my take on all of this. I hope that it gets people thinking and looking into stuff. Human trafficking is horrible. I'm not bashing the movie. I haven't seen the movie. If you want to go watch it, go watch it. I don't know that I want to go into a theater and watch it, but you know, that's me. If you want to watch it, I've heard people say some good stuff about it. Okay, so got all that out of the way. There's just not much else on my mind. I think me and old Opal, she's laying down there now, are going to finish our trip to the vet. We're just a few miles away now. We're getting closer. So maybe I'll get back on here with something else later. Appreciate y'all watching. You know, hit that thumbs up, give me a like. I would appreciate it very much. And see you later. Okay, so we just left the vet's office, and everything looks good. And bring her back a couple weeks, warm her again, and go from there. She's gained 5 pounds in 2 weeks. So there's the update on Opal. And she's laying down, being a good girl. So there's your update on Opal. I'll run her home, and then I gotta run and pick up some pig meat. Get food. I'm excited. We'll get some good bacon. I mean, don't get me wrong here. The bacon from the store is okay. It's edible. I like it. But I'm a little biased here. Of course, I've got some feedback from some people, and I prefer my bacon from my pigs, my sausage and my pork chops and all of that. And I also believe it's probably a little healthier. I think it's safe for me to say that it's probably a little higher in vitamin D than what you get out of the store. So I'm pretty excited. Picking up 2 for us and 1 for my mom, which I'm sure she will be excited. So yeah, that's where we're at, and it's an exciting day so far. You know, the day is still early though. But anyway, I will show you how much meat we get. I'm anxious to see the hanging weight on these pigs. They seemed a little bit small, but you know, the only problem with them being a little small is that I get less meat. So the meat will be a little more tender, I believe. Shut these windshield wipers off. Noisy. That's a complaint. These wipers in this car have always been noisy. Oh, let me see. There you go. I'm wearing my new Made in America Roundhouse overalls. I've had them about 3 weeks, and I like them. I've had Roundhouse before, but I didn't get the right size on them, and they were uncomfortable. They were too small, which is an easy thing to do with overalls. But like I said, they're made by Roundhouse from Shawnee, Oklahoma, and these are made in America. And the only way you can get made in America overalls is by going online and ordering them. And I urge you to. They have they focus on overalls and jeans. They have your regular 5-pocket jeans, and then they have the carpenter style jeans. I don't know if they make the painter pants or not. They make painter's overalls, you know, the white ones. Anyway, they make those. And I wish I had known about this place before my dad passed away, because for years he looked for a pair of overalls that had a zip on, zip off nail apron, and they make it. But you know, he's gone now. Been gone for about 7 years now. But anyway, check them out, roundhouse.com. They don't pay me for anything. I paid for these overalls out of my own pocket. I just ordered another pair this morning. You know, they're a little pricey. They're like $60 a pair. You know, by the time you pay shipping, you know, you got $70 in a pair of overalls. But here's where I'm at with that. First of all, I try to promote American made all I can. And these are American made from cotton cloth that the cotton was grown in America, in the United States. So, you know, you got to, I feel I got to put my money where my mouth is sometimes. I push local and made in America, so I need to be buying locally and made in America as much as possible. And like I said, they make all different kinds, but if anybody from Roundhouse is watching, I would be glad to promote you. Well, I'm going to be promoting them anyway, but I would, you know, work out a deal here, because I need more overalls. So anyway, I got to pay full price. They don't pay me nothing. They don't give me no overalls, nothing. Just, I like the product. I've had these for about 3 weeks now, and I like them. You know, this will be a long-term project. So there's your product recommendation for today. Give them the Hal and Harry stamp of approval. Like I said, 3 weeks in, and I wear them at least once a week. I wore them Monday this week, and today's Friday, so I wore them twice this week. So anyway, there's that. And now y'all have the short version of my itinerary for the day. Like I said, I'm gonna go drop Opal off at home, run and get my pig meat, and drop our pig meat off at home, and then run down to get the #1 farmhand and bring him home this afternoon. So that's my plans right now. It's raining. It's let up quite a bit. It's still raining. As you can probably hear the windshield wipers when they work, but it didn't sound right to me. They're on intermittent, so they're not going all the time. That's what I meant by when they work. They've not had any problems. This car is one of them Hyundais, and while I don't care for it a whole lot, it has been a very dependable car. It's only refused to start twice, and that was a battery issue. I don't know what the first time was with the battery, but the battery was dead. I charged it up, and we never had any more problems until a couple weeks ago. I put a new battery in it, and it works. It's been working just fine. That was about 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's a little car. It's dependable. This is Rhonda's car, and she wanted it because it's great on mileage. It gets about, if I don't try to get good gas mileage, I get about 35, 37 miles per gallon. If I focus on gas mileage, I can get it up around 40. And that's what Rhonda wanted. Of course, we bought it back when she was driving to Nevada, making an hour drive one way. She's making that twice a day. So she wanted something cheap on gas. And so far, this thing's been in the body shop 3 times. First time she hit a deer. That happens around here. If you live out in the country, you understand. At least, here, the deer are thick till it's hunting season, and then they get kind of scarce. But and she's hit 2 raccoons with it. Now I can't remember how much the body work for the deer was, but I'm sure it was up there because it ended up on the hood. The 2 raccoons, it's a Hyundai. It's a small car low to the ground. They cost $2,500 a piece in damage. Now, raccoon, a lot of raccoon, and I've seen some big ones. The second time she called in to the insurance company to get it fixed, the adjuster, which that was a different company than the one we have now, but anyway, the adjuster was a little skeptical that a raccoon could cause that much damage. And I've seen raccoons as big as 50 pounds, and that's no exaggeration. Not very many, but I have seen them. Like I said, I raccoon hunted for years, and still occasionally, but yeah, most of your wild ones get, a big one would be 35 pounds, generally speaking, but they can get pretty big. I've seen raccoons that will stop and fight dogs, and had a couple that will whoop a pack of dogs, 4 to 6 dogs, just make them not want anymore. So there's your little raccoon lesson. But Yep. But all of that's been body damage. There's been no damage to the frame or drivetrain or any of that. So we've been lucky there. And it's been a pretty dependable car. We're going to have to start spending a little money on it. I think we've got a strut that's going bad, which I have zero experience with struts. So gonna have to tackle that project one day. But anyway, enough about all that. I'm gonna shut up here for a while, and maybe we'll show you some Happy Pig video later. Okay, I got one more thing I need to mention here real quick. We just left Girard Animal Hospital in Girard, Kansas. And again, this is not a paid endorsement. But we've taken pigs over there, baby pigs. We've taken cats, we've taken dogs, and they've always done a good job. People they're friendly. Sometimes you can tell you get in there when it's busy. And you can tell they're a little stressed, but you can also tell they're trying to remain professional. They are definitely professional anytime I've been in there. So I highly recommend them. We used another vet for a while and never was real happy with him. But these folks, there's more than one vet in there, but I think they have a vet that or two that deals with small animals, cats, dogs, that sort of thing, and another vet that deals with the large animals, the pigs, the cows, horses, that type of stuff. But anyway, good people to deal with. So if you're anywhere around there and you're looking for a vet, I recommend them. Okay, well, we just picked up our meat, and as you can see, that one weighed 100. The hanging weight was 181 pounds, and the hanging weight on the other one was 176. Bear with me, I got turned. Anyway, they turned out heavier than I thought they was going to. I didn't figure they were that big, but they was pretty good sized, obviously. There's another promotion, Schroeder's Meat in Arma, Kansas. Do an excellent job for us. Good people. There's an example. I don't know if you can read that. I'll take some pictures and post them. But anyway, so I got my meat. Got over 300 pounds of pork in this little old car. Got it in the back seat. The trunk is full. This is okay. So I bumped the button and shut my phone off. Anyway, so I was saying that there's over 300 pounds of meat here, and if you went to the grocery store, paid $4 a pound for it. And there's bacon, there's pork chops, there's ham, there's some sausage links, there's breakfast sausage. I can break it down to what all we got. And you paid just $4 a pound for all of it, you'd still be in that at over $1,200. Of course, there is a little more to that, but because I raised them, I got all that feed in them, and there's about 900 pounds of feed that goes into getting one that size. Probably got a little bit more than that in these because I kept them a little longer before I decided what I wanted to do with them. So, if you figure in all of my costs, my food, water, me and Ethan's time, It's a little more expensive to raise your own, but it's so much better. Watch for videos of the actual meat coming in the future. It's so much better than what you get from the store. It's more red. It's not as pink like you see at the store, and it's just got a better flavor. And like I was saying earlier, it has to have more vitamin D because they're out in the sunshine, you know, and it's leaner. My bacon tends to be leaner than what you get out of the store, so you get more meat. More meat means more protein. I know the flavor is in the fat, but I don't like the fat as well as I do the meat. Plus, we got some hillbilly bacon, which is just where they take your roast and things like that and slice it up like bacon and cure it like bacon. So, okay, well, I've jabbered on about that pile of meat there long enough. So I'm going to get off of here.